in common, and I think say all the stories be bring go. First of all, my main chance free Floren vet issue no. Now, and I'm a various tabloids, any omonkomo moody about the fee for Floren vet. The reality here is say, oh yeah, then Liverpool are overpaying for Floren vet. No matter what you upa ko nyame ani bra Floren vet ankasa kan market value ankasa no hwemu dia baby ogina sese ni ball no obo no oye be 65 to 80 million euros player
won na wo rich
sana me hu no what you say. But you see, the selling club will always determine how much value their player it is to them. Fancy. But me no me no tianum say you know. Your head numbers are Floren vet the by Liverpool season after season. Your head the performances are any the way I have football quality ni players be aba. Any currently be more musi akaina 150 million there e was bebre. You are overpaying. You need to accept it. You are overpaying. But it doesn't also mean say you overpaying, you know. Means you say at least your own comfort there. But that is how the current trend of the market is. They say who player at selling club ni be jina ka say oh me na me de made na me say fun we meton no 2000 cedis. Oh yeah dem crament so a wontimi nkyere me hwe. Either I keep it and I saw be pe kwa mi so akwa 2000 na day. Aba. And I don't think Liverpool were also bent on moving Floren vet on say ko because omunya akomo so be ma na day. Ebe ma na tena ba akora na decide say kwa no beko. And I think that is more convincing as to why Bayern Munich decided to pull out of the deal in the first place, and number two, Manchester City also decided to pull out of the deal due to the amount of money that because outrageous, outrageous in terms of the amount of money that is involved. But I was looking at the tabloids and the discussions that were going on. Fancy, Germany for no will definitely report this Kanye 150 million euros. Mm-hmm. They will, but later on in the evening, now England for no started reporting said there be entesa.
Yeah.
Less than that. That is going to be the battle between Germany for the England media tabloids, you know. Obiabe briefing yonko. For the next few days, Germany for the bejina 150. England for the bejina say ebe 113 to be 120 million euros. They are not ready to concede say 150. Adu we because during time Man United to Jadon Sancho. Man United signing Jadon Sancho no. Dortmund for one Man United turn for 75 million euros. And English tabloids say there be entesa. Man United turn be 60 million euros plus 10 million euros add-ons. But Germany for no also wants to instill and say something say ya ton player ne boarding a sombo na we league na we there or the musronko and ye de ne ko. It gives the league a certain level of mileage and it gives them an upper hand when it comes to buying players. And even selling. Fancy, so be at 150 amawa. Imagine say if Bayern Munich decides to sell Jamal Musiala, omo the boss and beto no so. If they decide to sell Jamal Musiala, omo the boss and beto no so. So they are manipulating the market to their benefit. But me no, adia minimum say so 126 so say 150 the fact that you've overpaid, you know, there are a lot of things that are going to be attached to this. If you're a fan of Liverpool, you can only hope and wish that whatever performance is not done in Liverpool, you know, Obeba, 1 year Shekrano, he should maintain that standard.
Okay.
For at least 1 season or 2. They will laugh at you. Serie the ombesremo.
Because England, hono. Adebia baby, no marshal price tag.
Adebia baby.
Because me kai said oh dear last 2 seasons yeah.
And fancy, the likes of Grimson and Simone Sankofono, they would only black players are come target to CCA. Maybe one thing about I like in here say is a white player. It's only Tony down on your baby. She said Jack Grealish. 100 million pounds a Man City to Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish own deserve 100 million pounds and then deserve it. But Busa say, Bob Bepa na Jack Grealish ebe PM Manchester City or boy. First, let's ask ourselves. Bob Bepa na Jack Grealish ebe City or boy. The best season unya was season na City J treble no. And no credit that is not considered as an exceptional season for Jack Grealish. It is considered as a good season comparatively looking at the other seasons now Oba City, any the nana Obono. So you'd expect to say, whenever you are bought for this said amount, fancy, Oba pass high beka. Oko barbering shop high betraw. Sabi Oko washroom fancy bedu. The slightest thing. Obo short square describe say where 150 million euro short. Oh yeah, sister, you the better target what akasa. It depends on how Akodano ebe manage the pressure, ebe manage the expectation. What he may deliver man Liverpool. The only thing that can erase that amount of money is consistent performances, season after season. But the man same when you who kakrana, me pese Liverpool fans ni biti asiyedi. Fancy, auto player bi say ya. Na se anko ye se the City pena in the market obi abebu. Man United are suffer from such consequences.
Because my own say, I'm say where Bra Harry on Facebook or say, fancy the Maria, we are paying too much for him. I don't feel comfortable. Cry, you too much. And got 65 million pounds your normal from Harrison at the free show.
Harrison is being a very honest Liverpool fan. There are few honest Liverpool fans they will admit to this particular thing we are talking about.
No, say be a obejatum, but on the outside, and the own. Yeah.
This morning, you didn't come with this. Say, Omo Accra, Omo prepare for Africa fan.
Koroko, yeah.
You didn't come on and say Jack. Conform no more share you. What I say? He's very honest.
Yeah, true.
And you need to understand. Say selling team no, and they deciding not now all turn the ball. What's the match? Wabu, Jitus Wabu. The only thing I also would not see and say, boy, in a bar. On flopping over consistent. Naskana Wuchi, some 2 or 3 seasons to come. Ubet me jina baby akase there be when the crown amoya madre some mabu and yan faswo. That is the only thing you can wish. So fancy, ubet me enya from the team or the player to get the results you want. So we are all hoping say Floren vet mempese obeba. Na wababe floppy. As a fan, we can talk differently. But he's a player you wish you want in football. Also, a quality players be expect to say jino match. Because my football ya kono, no my football ya fair.
Oh yes.
No my football ya there. So if you have such young players coming to the Premier League, and Chebiana me no tina si dim komo say, it looks like the Premier League is not attracting the young talent. And winning ball nebo. Anka Kylian Mbappe, Real Madrid they play one befa. You expect to say bianca English Premier League no be back off be the eye. Ediaba. Now you look at it and he moves to Spain. Yet to one like Kivicha Kwaraskelia. On free SSC Napoli. Ye didn't come or English Premier League wama. He found Okopiemu Paris Saint-Germain or the French League. We've spoken about top talent or must serve the Premier League for other leagues. Meanwhile, you didn't come up here. I see the Premier League is the most watched league in the world. The Premier League is the best league in the world. And no crap because it's Casus also here. Bankoma mi no mi enu di na no penny gina say I'm happy that a quality like Floren Vet is coming to the Premier League.
Yeah.
Enhancing the competitive nature of the league. Manchester City akwa fa Ryan Shaki. O the quality ekuta Ryan Shaki na Tijani Reinders. No more about Premier League anymore. Add a spice and a bit of quality to the league. Arsenal so go into the market. If Arsenal should sign Rodrigo and also Timifa Sesko and also top player be the neighbor, share quality on also the league. Meaning the Premier League is growing when it comes to attracting such young quality talents to come and play. But the fact is, you have overpaid. Bamunya botre and famano said ye yadi ababo techino. Abane de botechino and one at the bed. And young men are mayo. But that is the nature of the Premier League.
Gary Neville money.
That is the nature of the Premier League.
Omo starting.
They will start
Liverpool
doing it.
Paid too much for him. Liverpool paid them.
They'll They will do that.
Say player ain't me. I'm blocked that price tag at the end na.
Performances na be blocking no. And then when the Casa about Moses Caicedo 150 million pounds, nobody is talking about it. On the pitch, no why they? Obo. this season is only Chelsea best player. Why? It's a price tag ni na akoshe them. The only way you can shut those Virgil van Dijk. As at that time at Liverpool, Tono the most expensive centre back. Edi no be jan wansem ka.
Obia kran kan wansem bi.
Alisson Becker obia no the most expensive goalkeeper at some point in time. Obia kan wansem bi. No, it is the performances that will prove whether you are worth the money or not.
It's kind of the extended pressure banner because Anope say indeed 150 in there. Then it means Obabe the most expensive sale from the German football
that
in history.
In history,
the most expensive Liverpool signing at the same time, the most expensive signing in the Premier League. That is 4. The third most expensive signing ever since our football barrier. At the extended pressure bar.
It always plays a role in player and a career. Ebe da also. Ebe say watade aye fi an why wadwin say unsi no. Baby abeko bia no bi unsa atade na ifi. Eyade ebebo ho. But the only way obetimi dia dane bibia ni a obema sa akasa ni nyina akofo mate pressure every one akasa ho so no is to perform. If you perform, what I say extended pressure and this should even push you to perform much more better. Because the more you perform, the more people shut up.
Yes.
Oh bono. Now man for me on because Paul Pogba at a point in time, you have 4 assists in one game. Crimson is better than TV super catch and say £100 million player. I have 4 assists in one game.
Wontumi.
First, what did I mention? Arsenal. These are things that you are going to experience. But football and the dynamics, and nowadays how things are moving along, no. Fancy, there is only one solution for Floren. Hit the ground running. First season, get in your performances, get in the results, and Andrew second season in your mobile so I'm looking at how he's going to adapt, especially in the Premier League, because the intensity in the Premier League and the intensity in the I'm not saying obey flop. You top players of Mufi Bundesliga and
Liverpool team.
Yes, so maybe a free ban because our players will more bet me a Covano. Because McAllister, Ryan Gravenberch, Ejinawachi, or the likes of Mohamed Salah on your right, Luis Diaz on your left. Fancy, or quality players that you are surrounded with. A leader, I know Virgil van Dijk, Moni Alisson Becker, Mono. If they are still in the team, Salah, they are going to help him. They will need to talk to him. They will need to help him. Ebasana coach wanna do more there. But me assure say within the Liverpool squad, Nankasana, the leaders within it, they will try and help this boy. Because if they help him, Liverpool will move to a different dimension and compete on a certain level with Manchester City. But as a team, because this is a kid who has so much quality. Fancy the number 10 now Bono or mommy a certain level of Mesut Ozil vibes. Mesut Ozil vibes I'm not saying so Mesut Ozil level. I'm not saying that. But he gives you something around in terms of the way our Bono. The whole City dribble, the whole City creative chances. The way City were at the right places at the right time to score. And this is the kind of player you would want in your team. Only performances will raise that particular price tag. Which to me, I believe Liverpool has overpaid. But the only thing that will raise it is the performances week after week. And it will be me identity. Fancy, I may say, o check AC Milan team na omu good team na yibi afoforo. Team let me say omu good ni na. No ma yibi afoforo. Because I think Nancy and I'm going to tare in the buy no. So I'm a sporting director. Now, Obayana and Jumedi Obabedin, I think say they've really understood that the level that they found themselves, they will need a complete reset. The complete reset they would want. They say certain key players within the team. Now, also a ton money just connected to them. 2 seasons ago, they made a huge mistake by keeping players be to Theo Hernandez and Rafael Leao. They made a huge mistake. Let's not forget, Rafael, people were ready to pay 100 million euros to buy him. So, Theo Hernandez asked at that time for 45 million euros. I could be better. Ebefa. But I'm almost adding more players to it. It's more players, no more added to it. And you could see, say, more added players, be to say Yunus Musa or Fofana, Tijani Rendes, almost a Sabe Brenadi or mobile, including Luka Jovic. Tammy Abraham Munina Beshemu AC Milan. But I think now they want to do a proper reset of the club. Even after selling Sandro Tonelli some time ago, I know BNM some a proper rebuild no. Omanye, but when it looks clear, Ton Yunus Musa. oh Tontio Hernandez, what on Tejani Rendes. Fancy key players I know dim komo no sisi e kwa na asa ya story say omo Tontio Hernandez the number Atletico de Madrid. So some key players within the setup no AC Milan 8-2 omumu e de omo free team no mako because next season they will be playing one game at a time.
So I don't know manja Mike Menyon kwa no man jiska.
Mike Menyon enkomo ni nyina gina Allegri never be fair adwuma no. And Allegri believes he said in the goalkeepers market no. So Tom Bebre na say one experienced player within your setup. Na opia na tiko man ko despite say also on extendia replacement bedding. Let's not forget that Mike Mignon, captain of AC Milan. It's not easy. Send new coach wa bana captain a free team moko. E di soon be free team nim de ko. There are certain things money can't buy. There are certain key players within your setup. You need to build your team to a certain extent and some be jomo kwanya we jomo kwanya mako. There's a reason why Bruno Fernandes, a dream na United for no soon said they be for so my own ko. Because captaincy and the different responsibility neighbor and the different expectations neighbor. And especially when a new manager is coming into the club, it is not easy to say I'm a captain, my tamno, my turn for 15 million euros be faneko. There's a certain level of ego that will be attached to it. And over one season, no free no day. Okay. No one will say, well, both free no day or they call, but they did not push him away. I'm a team no mutu to abasane nine no. It is not spine in no mube to atwatwene because there's still Fikayo Tomori. There's still Pavlovic. There's still Yusuf Fofana. Rafael Leao da so ho. There's still Lukajovic. And Chebi Akwana January Musa ko for Santiago Jimenez. Meboa. So the key part of the new rebuild, they've been able to maintain them and they are trying to get results with them. But I think said they needed this particular reality check. Fancy. I was also drilling your money in egu. No musa shishene fufuro. This can't be the AC Milan we know. This is the AC Milan that attracted players to say Ruud Gullit. This is the AC Milan that attracted players to say Marco van Basten. This is an AC Milan team. I admire Mauro Tassotti. I admire Paolo Maldini, Franco Baresi. Edrumebi na kafu ebo team way number 2. But Emre Nkrabia eninkaso. Sana Brabonetie. Edru maybe abeba from but the doba from my bemo hunu so betimi asa apagya biam say abra beti ase hunu say baabi a megina no no kre me ana maye me ho de me ho aba bedu sam pempenso no now be hwe ni mu say de na maye right betimi asa de mabasoro. I think that is the path AC Milan finds themselves on in regaining their respect. Antonio Conte is ready for the league again because we have signings now all year now. Signings in Nigeria so best so the Italian Serie, but I think De Laurentiis will be aiming towards doing so well in the Champions League per the signings no the man no. Because league Nigeria within the last 3 seasons, no matter say 2. Meboa.
Yes.
Within the last 3 seasons, Napoli are 2. Meaning when it comes to the Italian Serie A, they've become a dominant force in competing the likes of Inter Milan, AC Milan, Juventus for the Scudetto. But fancy, transcending a particular performance from the league to Europe is another question we need to ask ourselves with SSC Napoli. The closest I have seen them play so well in the Champions League, and could be expected to be Ezekiel Lavezzi more time, no?
Yeah, I'm on Chelsea Modiano.
I'm on Chelsea Modiano.
2012.
Edison Cavani, Marek Hamsik, and Lavezzi. You expected said that was the team and combat to me the achieve BB. But finally, Chelsea so young when Chelsea the kwaje Champions League no. Sa kwa na so na monam. Ano mo de call money ma e de kwaje that particular Champions League. So you look at the setup of this particular Napoli team, adding Kevin De Bruyne, Yunus Musa, already Anguissa. Scott McTominay. Mo young guy or Man United young guy be mo ko fan.
Billy Gilmore.
Already Kramasa so far. Bournemouth player tintin the why Bill Obetima can me
or can I almost strike
Philip Belling Michelle once I offer Philip Belling the number so she omo field need the way city and once I the Yunus Musa ne Kevin De Bruyne as I count this Baku experience Baku quality in depth fancy you get Osawa Lukaku da so on call baby Rapsadori da so encore baby. Antonio Conte, this is the time, even in your career, to move to the next stage of dominating the Champions League. Oh yeah, your local champion, dodo. Players now, yes, sign the man or no. This is the moment you will need to improve and move to the different level. What for coaches are on Mudi Juma Antonio Conte? They be away your best what the league films or what your league films. And when it goes to the Champions League, they are there. They can't give you these players and expect say what they Syria and Kwana they be dominating. This is an important moment to test the character of Antonio Conte no amuno the European stage and European standard. Fancy me yaya mawreho Italy national team nigu. Italy national team nigu. Share the number of coaches are Italy produce. For the number of trophies they've won. Now Gattuso. Fancy. A coach who is not good enough for Hajduk Split. Only good enough for Hajduk Split.
Say Omunyam Famano.
Fancy encommoded the Namwa.
Say on for now a favorite after say Ranieri.
The issue is why never Jumano. Because it's also be a Ghanaian Jumano. Spelletti Ababe Wajahoko. Mancini had a problem with them. Mancini and Jahonam the call. Share the conversation around Luciano Spalletti. Now the conversation even around Stefano Pioli. Anna said no Omodian in Common Ecosono. Mancini would even wish to even come back. But fancy baby I'm no tea. The Italian national team and the coaches that have coached, fancy. There has been only one time. Anna who's a foreigner. I coached the Italian national team. That was back in 66, 67. And no crown a foreigner about half. And an Italian coach about half. A Helano Herrera. It's your mom for foreign coaches. They love to pick their own. But among the Italian coaches now, nominate Newton didn't come over. Roberto Di Zerbi, Max Allegri. Share all of these coaches who are in the system. Even Carlo Ancelotti is now coaching the Brazilian national team. But Juma Ikoye Italian. I think there is a huge problem with the FIGC. Now, huge problem in common name, yes, you reading movie brain. Say, they are still using the archaic methods in running the football of Italy. Yeah, for coaches, yeah, project, yeah, Bibiana at the line, and one of Muguso Mode. They need new brains at the federation. They need to change because Felice Oma Ketchre. In terms of national team football development, they are far behind with the way almost approach things, and they will need to do things differently so as to compete with top nations coming into the World Cup. World Cup, and yet to 2 nations be the probability is fancy. You're moving to 48 nations. There are surprises that will come up. I say Champions League you introduce you say surprises be including having a new winner. In the shape of Paris Saint-Germain. So whenever you introduce a new format in any competition, let me tell you for a fact that surprises will come up. It is a Oman prepared going into such tournament. Oman to 2 amunoma no man found Komoa. Gennaro Gattuso yan for more. I had 1 year time. Thomas Tuchel no himself Jumana for no be no akofa Chaloba. This is the English national team. I'm not saying Chaloba amunye good players, but there's a reason why Gary Southgate had his loyal players. Every single national team on the loyal players. I didn't think Carlo Ancelotti by the first person of the national team there Casemiro. Alexandro Dasomo.
Wontumi,
Germany Nagelsmann hard and a drew man and what train and one for Tony Cruz ama. Nagelsmann and Vanama.
Yes.
So there are certain things he's trying to do with the national team. I don't know the said the Germany for no almost so England for one day. Already no more pomu huni pa dia momo on beyin na ase akonyantem. But the 2026 World Cup no, there are certain club coaches who have joined national teams at fancy. Meaning whether we call it exposing. And I say the reality of the situation in no move face. Pochettino or club side akoya de meboa. USA will lose so many matches in atwaso. Tuchel, not every single club will be free no be anya no day. Ope. But they know call national team the DNAC. And I think Carlo Ancelotti no crack off first one mu yedi. Second one what me no one but they try say they've qualified.
Wow.
So he's an exceptional talent, fancy. He's that good. Wow, I can Floren be out now about him. But see, Floren any approach to football. am I in the sharp difference between a fearful and a young? Look, fancy, Floren there's nearly animal kind of when you're 10. He has 10 siblings.
Mm-hmm.
He reason were form like in a farm community. It's only any footballer from Cologne, Germany under 17, Eba Leverkusen. He's overcome adversity upon adversity. I'm even surprised Liverpool were willing to go that much because you'll be when you're ACL.
Yes.
And he recovered from that to lead a whole project for Leverkusen. I mean, he's Bundesliga Player of the Year twice. And that alone should tell you something. So where do I see him? Well, Euro 2004, the Nagelsmann, Euro 2024, no, Nagelsmann was trying the double inverted number 10. Yeah, I'm hearing a double inverted, but the 2 10s. Jamal Musiala. When you leave Vert alone, he can operate as part of your build-up as an 8. And then he would come to life as a number 10. And in the number 10 role, look, he's always 2 steps ahead of the game. And I mean, number 10, the weight of your pass. That's your mom pass now. You don't even need to control it before you take action. But you pass a ball in toe and in the 100 at all. You hardly break stride. So look, I'm so happy that a German is actually now going to be the record signing in the Bundesliga.
Yes.
And you'll be as a Floren Vert. Because in the last 5 years, he's really built his game on Leverkusen to a point where he's now ready to seek an adventure outside. All these vets, Abusia 4, call England, Bayern Munich, any BBR, some insights people need to get. And they say, Nipa, who decided vets, Abusia, this is in with vets, Mr. Balak.
Okay.
It was Balak that advised them, said, look, I've been in this situation before. You are 22. Konakobo England, go 4 years, 5 years, and you are that good. You will make the step up. The step up could be by Munich when you are coming back. 2. He also told himself for the period that they are there, Jamal Musiala is doing a new kind of Bayern Munich. And there is no way he's going to be the face of German football if he goes to Bayern Munich. Because
Musiala say kind of.
Absolutely. And a bear far or Bayern, a bear far. German national team.
Okay.
But now, I'm best. And in the bush, I want to show say, Bayern Munich go to me. So, Ofi England, Ofi Germany, no one called Bayern Munich. How will the national team hold him? Because even in the national team, Musiala was in. Then quickly, Rudi Voller, who worked at Leverkusen, told them, said, that is not a problem. If he is good enough, he will take care of him in the national team. And when the man vets in the bush for now, so said, look, then we can decide to go to that. And nothing would happen. And Ogidi says, oh yeah, they were England. The PR machine I was England. I was trusting the Germany. It will let him overtake Jamal Musiala in terms of branding and PR. 2, Liverpool also reached out to Adidas because they are moving from Nike to Adidas. And Adidas prime athletes, Bako and Floren Vert.
Yeah.
To help with his branding and posture. And Liverpool the most craftiest brand maker in England. And after the craftiest, Manchester United.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a whole package that has been put together for Floren Vert to excel. I have absolutely no doubt he's going to excel in England. So prior, he's an exceptional footballer. And the funny thing is I've actually seen Vert play. And anytime I see him play, nothing changes. He's that good. But the price is massively overinflated. Massively inflated. So, once a year, you come out and say, because I'm telling you, That's the Wontumi top player, Papa. Say, I know you. So, because, you know, this is a confirmed Mbumo, Papa. You get your bro. And it's all to our construction value to argue. But anyway, so, at this point, I want to go up to you from a very tactical perspective. You know, number 10 for me. The reason why Liverpool don't want Checky, almost a pack overpay for that, and ball recoveries. Just to say, McAllister, almost free not here in the studio. They are excellent dwellers. They go into tackles and recover a lot. And that's one of the reasons why Liverpool actually wanted it. So look, for the Liverpool fans, Liverpool list A and list B for strikers. On list A, no, Alvarez and Isak. Omujidi said they will not be able to get any of these through the summer. In Tomberton, that willingness, Jota would stay. And then they would find a striker out to say, Evanilson now or Born Macno.
Yes.
That's the kind of profile they want. So that next year, when Jota leaves, they would get the A-list striker to kind of join South striker model by the couple. So look, at some point, I'm one of those that believe Liverpool could actually play Vet as a false nine.
Okay.
Yeah, they will. And then play a double pivot of McAllister and a Gravenberch. And then push Roselai up top. So there are a lot of dynamics around it. But look, I'm happy that he's playing. He's an excellent footballer.
Yeah, born doing him.
Excellent footballer. And then they say Germany need a better goal for me. How many Germany know? Germany know if you know, I bet you record transfer. Yeah.
Say I'm far, tell me.
No, and I said the only way I am funny is with Bra. That one I can assure you.
Mezari Memphis, you know, no Liverpool for 130 159 at time for you. Well, Bishop, before say you be jam more Konebia, every time you bury na, you might be a zoom no, I still bona or pass what you say, Obesaba Ghana. No, I mean, yeah, says, you know, Ghana Premier League, and it says, hey, Gold Stars, Anna J, and then Komobia Beso Tibiane, Adriana Stars, and so himself, I'm so now, Jumana, what boy and Comonso Kakra.
Also, you remember Gold Stars Abaso, Wontumi Radio, Wontumi TV. We are a big part of Gold Stars story. No? Gold Stars are the qualifier, but the premier. Your first out station sport,
yes.
Me expect to say because you do the film. No one that was it.
Oh yeah, we cry. You call by Friday near.
Fantastic. Me Judy Bruce so, and then your resident analyst, tactical Supremo Newton. That's a success story. No?
Aye.
My reason is simple. Even this season, many Newton will be season and he's always talking about something that would help the team. You know, I want to congratulate Koscielny and Newton, the youngest CEO. Our GD, they title entry, they have a Jeffrey.
Samoa.
That youngest CEO title of the Namgana, I am a bit so I did. And I was my 16. You see, Yambo, the establishment at the FAN will be Abaso. And I pay Matthew William Afuaka, young apostle. And I pay Matthew Ibrahim Tanko, Mediana. They are all talking about results of games and Barbon team before matches. Thank you. Everybody involved in our football should be worried about this development. Everybody should be worried. Football, no, the amount for any general, the level of uncertainty. Obi a new results, no. Until 1 week training, 90 minutes, no, cost for park, it's for the 3 points. But if coaches are talking about these things and are making references to, now results in the Barbon team before I come on, it could be a soon. Since I drop for park, they've died because of a worthless match. The integrity of the game ought to be protected at all costs by everybody involved, by every single one involved. na yɛhwɛ so yɛbɛtutu anammɔn ne aboa na yɛ league no akɔ yie yɛka no saa nso ne yɛsrɛ sɛ they should increase the salaries so na their players na brabɔ no and this bɛtu mpɔn kakra and then gold staff Newton I think the preparation for Africa should be an intensive one but this open as of course if you can see him because the FA Cup draws in the back ɔmo ne kama na di bia nkɔ nkae na final na yɛ bɔ no weekend wei no so ɛkɔ bɔkɔ na obi ɛninji ɛnna mehwɛ 3 Lions and the real Lions of Teranga fancy Asamoah on Moko Wembley ko boy similar thing with England any number one but I'm sure Teranga Lions na
3-1
they are struggling to qualify for the World Cup we won an every against Sudan but we are on course to qualify for the World Cup fancy and then national team what are we doing to make it better your first phone lady are grow Wembley D for that thing. It's very important. Obia okay football everybody involved. Akomeah, everybody wow get this at the back of your mind. If our football doesn't come up, you need to cough.
True.
And we need it. And then I see the Michelle be